Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum, and today I'm reacting to the Warnings cover of Metallica's Atlasrise. This is a special request coming from Charles III, so Charles, thank you very much for your generous donation. Cool name, by the way. It goes a long way over here in supporting this channel, as well as guiding the direction for the reactions that I do over here, so thank you very much. Now, I've been listening to a lot of The Warning, especially over the last few weeks since I was first introduced, and it has been such an exquisite time. Their original songs are so catchy, so fun, their covers have been amazing, and of course their live performances are stellar. They're second to none. So it appears here that we have a live performance of a Metallica cover. So we've kind of combined the best of both worlds. So I'm excited to get into it. I hope you are as well. If you're new to my channel and enjoy thoughtful and honest reactions, hit that subscribe button and let's just jump in. Wow. This sounds so much like the original. That riff. And Metallica can write riffs, can't they? Classic Metallica chug. This is going to be a Danny masterclass, I'm pretty sure. Wow. Because this is a long song. There's so much going on from the guitar's perspective. The energy is there though. Wow. Oh, to sing. Oh, I am already impressed because to sing and play the riffs and melody and everything at the same time, she is doing the hardest job right now. And Metallica songs are just notorious for looping on the same riffs over and over again, and over the course of the song you'll hear a few solos. If I'm remembering Atlasrise, there was a solo in maybe the, at least there's like a solo in the beginning of the song, at least we'll call it the 30% mark, and I think there's another solo in like the 70% mark. So Danny's got her work cut out for her. Look at her go. Ooh. Wow. Ooh. I love that they're switching off the singing. Oh, Pau has got such a good voice. So underrated. You know, I got a comment earlier. I just got reminded of it with seeing Pau singing while drumming. Apparently, in her early days practicing, her vocals and everything, she would be like on the treadmill, running, jogging, walking, and just singing the entire time to get herself acclimatized to playing and drumming. Because to sing, you really have to have proper control over your lungs, over your mouth, over your tongue, over pretty much anything that you could imagine is related to your voice, and then some. So it's already a lot to think about, right? You're spinning multiple plates just singing. And to do that with the drums at the same time, it is amazing the practice regimen she must have gone under to get to this level. And, you know, something that I thought of just recently too when it comes to The Warning is these girls, women, are so young, relatively speaking, and they have such a long career ahead of them. I feel like I'm getting in early on like a stock that's going to go boom. Like, I feel like I'm investing at the early genesis of their music careers, and I feel like they're going to leave behind such a massive legacy. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. They're so talented and they're so fun to listen to. let's go. This is the solo. First solo. I guess it's more of like a transition section. When was this? This was 5 years ago. Oh, I love that riff. Da, 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 da. Ooh, I love this part. You know something Charles mentioned in his donations comment? He said that I should pay close attention to their stamina. And it is so true. When it comes to Metallica songs, like I said earlier, Metallica, they love to repeat sections of songs. And when I was learning a lot of Metallica early on in my guitar playing days, which I still play guitar, I just don't practice as much, but that's neither here nor there. When I was playing a lot of Metallica, learning early on, what I would have trouble with wasn't necessarily the riffs, although the riffs can be challenging at times, definitely depending on the song. It was more so how quickly I would tire out. And your fingers they have 5 fingers, right? And 4 of them typically are used to fret on the guitar. If you're like left-handed, imagine your left 4 fingers, except for your thumb, are doing a lot of the fretting work. Those 4 fingers have to operate A, independently of one another, and B, with enough dexterity that you're able to, like a spider, travel up and down the neck of the guitar. But there's a third element here, and it's with the dexterity, it's precision, and then a fourth element, which I guess there's so many elements, aren't there, is your endurance. Because you can do all of that, but if you peter out really quickly, you're not sprinting, you're running a marathon. And when it comes to Metallica songs as a guitarist are marathons. So Dani is putting in the absolute work right now, and I'm just very impressed, and I think she deserves a big shout out for that, as well as Alejandra and Pau. But I'm more of a guitarist. My knowledge about guitar is a lot more than the other instruments there. So yeah, let's keep going. Look at how many, like there's like 8 cymbals, 6 drums. Ridiculous. And this is 5 years ago. I can see that they look younger too. The second solo. Oh, I like that they zoom in on the guitar. Ooh. Oh, she's putting in the work right now. Oh. You know, another underrated aspect of what Dani is doing here, which I think, again, deserves a shout out, is the fact that her guitar, you can hear the tone. It is such a powerful tone. It is so overdriven, which also coupled with how distorted the guitar is in general, especially when we think of like the rock genre and the types of guitar tones you'll hear, you don't hear a lot of those like grainy, crappy noises that bad guitarists can produce. She's playing everything fluidly. So, right, the solos are already complicated and challenging enough. She's playing them all with ease, and then she's seamlessly transitioning between the riffage sections of the songs and these solo sections, all the while palm muting different strings, all the while moving up and down with a lot of dexterity. Tack on top of that, again, the endurance element. You have a really good guitarist here, and this is something that I've never mastered, but being able to play standing up, moving around, singing at the same time as she's doing these guitar melodies and rhythms, that's another element. Polyrhythm, choreography, breath control, I mean, posture. Just think of all of the layers of complexity and how many hours and weeks she may have spent practicing her anything. I mean, God, you hear me simping, but there's good reason to. Let's keep going. Let's go, Danny. Oh. Beautiful. Back to the riff. Switched up. You know, reminds me a bit the song of Master of Puppets. You guys all that. Yeah, Metallica loves their chugging sections. I mean, when did atlasrise come out? I forget the name of the album. I want to say it was like 2015, 2016. I don't know. My years are kind of confusing. But Master of Puppets, man, that's a long-standing song. And yeah, Metallica, they don't switch up much. You can kind of tell in this performance that Danny's voice is taking a little bit of time to find that grit, find that power. Like when you compare it to her more modern performances, right, with her original tracks, as well as like her recent cover of Enter Sandman, you can hear the grit in her voice and the power that she carries. In here, I can feel that her voice is a little bit younger, which makes sense. This performance rather, did get dropped 5 years ago. So you can hear a little bit of like that naivete, that little softness in her voice that just comes with being a younger girl. And as her voice has developed over the years, she's taken more confident, powerful leaps in her voice. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not sure if you guys can hear what I'm hearing, but that's my interpretation. There's power. Great performance so far. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Love this part. Ooh. Good
night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's how they ended it. Wow. There it is, everybody. Atlasrise by The Warning. Thank you very much, Charles, for the recommendation. It's really fun to get to go into The Warning's older performances and hear where their voices came from. And especially when it's a cover, because I get to compare it to something that I've already heard. And I think this was more of a, how can I say it? more of a like more truthful re-envisioning or just like covering of the original Atlasrise track. When I remember listening to Atlasrise back in the day, I do remember most of the elements that were played in this cover to be in that original as well. Whereas when I reacted to Enter Sandman definitely was overhauled by The Warning, and I think for the better. And I think because that was such a long-standing song, how many years that would have been? I don't know. It was like a 30-year anniversary album, right? So it's such an old song, and they killed it there, and they killed it here too. It's very clear that they have great musical chops, and just again, Dani is absolutely crushing it in this live performance. She's bringing the energy as she always does. She's playing these guitar riffs non-stop. Her fingers are just up and down moving. She has to hit them right. She has to hit them frequently and for a long period of time. That is not an easy feat by any stretch. When I was learning guitar, I would just be sitting down in my chair just trying to hit the notes, right? Get the right notes. It is a whole different thing to be able to do everything sitting down in your chair in the comfort of your own home, versus standing up on a stage where maybe you're more sweaty one day, maybe your fingers are cold another day, maybe you're feeling sick, maybe your vision's impaired, maybe the lights are too bright. There's any million number of factors that can make performing a little bit harder. Excuse me, I'm blurry now. That can make performing harder than it would otherwise be in like a neutral practice setting. So when you have so many variables that get thrown at you and you just have to deal with them, true virtuosos, true masters are able to deal with those circumstances and make it look like child's play. Dani in this performance definitely crushed it. I can't speak as well to Power Alejandra because I'm not a bassist, I'm not a drummer, but they weren't sounding bad. I can say that. They sounded great. Everybody here sounded amazing. Very happy to be reacting to this one, guys. If you enjoyed my reaction, hit that subscribe button and have a great rest of your day. Take care and peace.